Hi, welcome to That Hash Girl. My name is Camille, and today we are going to be making AIP pancakes. So these kind of like blew up on the Facebook groups that I'm part of when I shared a picture of them yesterday. So I promised that I would do this video, so this is for you guys. Obviously, on the AIP diet, we should be concentrating on vegetable heavy diet with meat on the side and healthy fats. But here and there we are craving for something that's a little bit more kind of what we used to eat before and things like that. So I came up with this recipe yesterday because I had visit over and I wanted to basically feed all of us, and we hadn't had, none of us had pancakes in a while. I made an AIP version that is that feels similar to a normal pancake, which is great because when you're working with these kinds of flours, that can be a little tricky. I went through a lot of these AIP recipes and none of them seemed to work. Some of them had eggs, some of them used like almond flour, which is not AIP. So like there was a lot of things that just didn't work with my diet. So I kind of looked at a pile of different recipes and how they worked and then just modified it for myself. So let's get started and let's get these pancakes on. Alright, so we're going to start off with the wet ingredients. So we are going to need 1 cup of almond milk, 4 cups of your oil of choice. I'm using avocado oil. We are going to be using 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then this is 2 tablespoons of gelatin and 2 tablespoons of cold water. And we are also going to be using 2 tablespoons of boiling hot water. That is to make our egg substitutes. So for wet ingredients, we're going to use half of a banana. If you cannot have banana, you can substitute by doing another 2 tablespoons of gelatin eggs, or you can use another puree like applesauce or pumpkin puree. I haven't tried it, but it should work the same. And so for the dry ingredients, we have half a cup of coconut flour, and we have half a cup of tapioca starch, not flour. And then we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and make sure that you make a Paleo baking powder so that it doesn't have cornstarch, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to start off with the dry ingredients. So I've got my half cup of coconut flour, half a cup of tapioca starch, a teaspoon of salt, and baking soda. And I'm just gonna mix this well. And then you put that aside. All right, so the next step here is we're gonna put in all of our wet ingredients. So we're going to put in a cup of coconut milk, 4 tablespoons of oil, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then half of a banana. Here, and we're gonna throw it in little pieces. So we're gonna start off by just pureeing that. All right. The next part, we are going to turn on our kettle, get it boiling, and we're gonna get started on our egg. We're gonna get the water in here. That's the cold water. Good. Nice and mixed. So we're gonna put 4 tablespoons of boiling hot water. So that's 2 tablespoons per egg. And then we're gonna work fast because this sets. So we're gonna mix this until it's nice and frothy. And this is, you can see it's getting frothy. Alright, so we're going to heat up our pan and we're going to put a little bit of avocado oil. So you want to put them on a plate like this and let them fully cool before you eat them so that you get the right texture. Like, they can still be warm, but you don't want them hot. Now once these are done, we're gonna do science. And we're gonna try the waffle iron and see if this recipe works for waffles. Really? Does it have to do that like when I'm filming? Like, I swear to God I'm a good cook. Just a tiny bit more. Yeah. Alright, so just poured about a 1/4 cup or so of the batter, and we are going to let it sit for about 4 minutes. And we're going to see how that goes. Alright, the timer just went off. So let's see if science happened. Okay. Looks good. Let's try to get it out. Alright. It feels crispy. We'll let it cool and then we're gonna see. So for now, let's put another one in here. Last of it. And timer, 4 minutes, go. So we're going to taste test. I'm not actually that hungry, so that's why I've only got those pieces there. So, and I have about a teaspoon of pure maple syrup on top. So, as you can see, The pancakes are actually like pretty fluffy. And we're going to take a taste. So let's try this. These are pretty good. Now, the thing I find with the pancakes is that you have to cook them a little bit more than you would normally. This one is a little bit undercooked, but not too much. Like, I know there was another gluten-free type of pancake that I've made before where like if you didn't cook it enough it would be gritty. Like this isn't like this. It's still good like this. But I probably would have wanted it cooked a little bit more. Now let's try the waffle, because the waffle is the one exciting me the most right now. So just a piece and it's crispy. This makes me really happy. It's so good. It's really good. The other fun thing about these is you can freeze them. Just put a layer of freezer paper between them. Alright guys, so these are the AIP pancakes. If you want to see more things like this, give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or questions or things, comment down below. Not thumbs down, but comment down below. And give me a follow. And we'll see you later.